Hi everyone, this presentation is about the Python implementation of both queue and circular queue using lists, specifically designed for the HKDSE syllabus. A queue is a data structure where the first element that goes in is the first one that comes out. Alternatively, you can say that the last element that goes in is the last one that comes out. There are mainly two functions associated with a queue. The first is called inQueue, which means adding an element to the queue. The second is called dequeue, which means removing an element from the queue and returning the popped element for further use. For example, we want to add an element A into the queue X. The diagram shown on the right is an example that may appear on your exam paper. This is what appears after adding a second element B to the queue. Next, we remove an element from the queue and store the element in a variable called temp. Finally, we add an element C to the queue, and this is the final diagram. This is the inQueue function in Python. Before we perform the inQueue operation, we must ensure that the queue still has space for it. Otherwise, a queue overflow error will occur. This page shows the function code, the test code, and the test results. Similarly, this is the dequeue function. One important thing to note is that after we remove the first element, all other elements have to shift forward. This page shows the function code, the test code, and the test results. A circular queue is just like a regular queue, but it does not shift the elements after a dequeue operation. Instead, it changes the size and the index of the first element. This means we use more memory space but reduce running time, especially if the queue size is large. This is the implementation of the inQueue function. Note that it works with a particular queue only. The trickiest part is how to wrap around when the end of the queue has to go back to the front of the list. We have to use a modulo operation to solve the problem. This page shows the function code, the test code, and the test results. Finally, this is the implementation of the dequeue function, which is very similar to the inQueue function. It just does the things backwards.